Hey guys, so I've been doing a bit of kind of sales training with two guys named Ben and Sam. They're awesome. I'll talk more about them in other videos. But they said to me that I should spend a bit more time doing some video. Now, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think I'm very good on video, but uh, I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and actually start to record some videos. And I've been thinking about, okay, how do I make a start on this? And what I thought I'd do is just start a video, just run one video on why I started Nova Blue, and kind of cover some of the thought process and emotional process, more emotion than thought, about why I started the business. Just so people can understand some of the kind of motivation, the drivers, the genesis of what Nova Blue is. So, without further ado, um, why is always a hard thing to do. There's a guy named Simon Sinek. If you don't know who Simon Sinek is, the dude is amazing. And he always says that everything should start with why, especially in a commercial or business construct. And I very much agree with what he's talking about. And that's not because I want to kind of harness the greater sales that come from sparking an emotional response in somebody. It's more just because I'm an emotional guy, and I like feeling like there's a raison d'être. There's a reason why I'm doing something. There's a reason why I'm kind of working towards something. If I don't have that feeling, I'd really struggle to wake up every day and kind of make some progress on whatever it is that I'm trying to work on. So why for me was really important, especially given kind of my background and my past. And so what I wanted to do is spend some time really thinking about what that why is, and kind of fill the thought process out as much as I possibly could before before I kind of launched the thing. Now, why for me is more emotion. Like I said, it's more emotion than thought. And so really it comes down to kind of four key beliefs. And it really is about a belief system and about values. The first is, oh, man, what an awesome time to be alive. I know that there's a lot of negativity in the world these days, but as a technologist in this world right now, man, what a time to be alive. Software is democratizing across the planet, it's changing the way that we live. And in so many good ways, technology is really contributing to society's advancement, and science and technology is really driving the globe forward in some really cool, awesome ways. So I think that technology is such an enabler. It can be such an enabler for good, for great outcomes for people. And I think that by and large, the barriers to entry to great technology are still high enough that some organizations and some people really struggle to tap into that and to harness that amazing drive, of and the benefits of technology. And so, belief number one, the first fundamental belief that I've got is that the barriers to entry to great technology should drop. They should come down. It should be easier to get a hold of some of the incredible advances that can come from great technology, and things like digital transformation, or moving towards the cloud, or just adopting new technologies to make your organization run more smoothly, or even make your employees happier, or your customers happier. Whatever it turns out to be, technology is an amazing force for good, and I want to see if I can drag the barriers to entry down a little bit on that. The second thing is, well, it's really cool right now that technology is driving forward, and the hyper connectedness of the world right now, I think, is driving a lot of that amazing kind of growth, that technology growth. Unfortunately, not everybody's benevolent, and some kind of digital citizens around the world are using technology for nefarious means, for ill conceived ideas, cyber hacking, these types of things. Now, I've spent my entire career working on cyber. And what I'd say is, I don't like the kind of scaremongering thing. I don't like you should buy my service because you're going to get hacked if you don't. I don't buy into that. I think it's snake oil, that kind of thing. What I will say is that unfortunately there are some bad dudes out there, bad people out there, and they're trying to use cyber as a means of making money, stealing money, or stealing intellectual property. These types of things. And so this kind of drives towards a second great belief, which is, while this amazing technology is driving humanity and society forward, I think that security, great security in that regard, shouldn't be the domain of few. It should be the domain of many. And I want to play a role. I'm not too arrogant to think that I will play the role, but I would like to play a role in creating great security for organizations that want to harness that technology, but are a bit concerned about some of the cyber implications of doing so. So that's the second great belief. Now we get into some of the kind of the humanity elements of this, and I'll explain myself in a bit. I've got this vision for this business that I want to help use technology to make society a better place, and I want to help organizations do that securely. But I also believe in the power of kindness and ethics and integrity. I believe that I was once told by an old boss of mine that to get ahead in business, you had to be an asshole. You had to be a jerk. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that you have to be mean to get ahead. And you know what? If you have to be mean to get ahead, then I'm very happy for Nova Blue to stay a relatively small business, because I don't want to be a jerk to get ahead. I want to be a nice guy. The world is too full of animosity and anger and tribalism and these things that are kind of driving us apart. We shouldn't be driving apart. We should be driving towards each other. We should be trying to reconnect, especially after the last couple of years of COVID and having to stay at home and build garden offices and etc. So I believe that it's okay to be nice, and I believe it's okay to be nice in business. In fact, I have a saying which I live by, which is I believe that kindness, integrity, and honesty are indelible human rights. I think they should be enshrined in everyday life, including business, including in a commercial context. So that's my third fundamental belief. The last one, it is a little bit about money. Let me stay with me for a second. Look, I'm a capitalist. I think some people would accuse me of being a communist after I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I very much am a capitalist. However, one of the things I really dislike is the modern construct of shareholder-led businesses, where the shareholders, the people are there to build the employees are there to build shareholder wealth. I really don't get me wrong. I think shareholders should absolutely get a share of the wealth according to how much shares they own, how much equity they own in whatever that vehicle is. But at the same time, the employees of an organization are the ones that are really driving it forward. And so I think the joys of living next to the A38. The thing I'd say is, the saying I like to say here is, I think a lot of businesses, in a lot of businesses, the people, the employees are there to build the wealth of the business. I think the wealth of the business is there to build the employees. And so for me, it's very much about Nova Blue playing a responsible role in society. At the end of the day, businesses, computers, technology, all of these things are human constructs. The core element of life is people, right? It's entirely about people. And I think the business has a responsibility to play a responsible role in society. It's not just about making money at any cost. Don't get me wrong, I need to pay the bills and, feed my family and etc. But ultimately, it's about this business playing a responsible role in society. Those are my 4 fundamental beliefs. I just happen to know about cybersecurity. If I knew about furniture building, it would be the exact same business, right? It would be founded on the same fundamental principles. These are the 4 fundamental beliefs that I have. It just so happens that I happen to know about cybersecurity, and that's the vehicle through which I'm going to provide these contributions. That's it. I hope this video is okay. It's probably a little bit too long, but it's important for me to kind of talk about, what the genesis was, what's the driving force behind, the bull. Maybe in another video I'll talk about why a bull's head as my logo. And yeah, I didn't mean to match the Rocks t-shirt with my logo. But anyways, I will sign off there. Have a great Thursday evening, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.